Hello, it's Jake here again, and I'm here to bring you this month's PS4 roundup. Now, January was a little slow in terms of releases, I have to admit, but this month we've got some really great games, so let's get stuck in. First up, we've got Metro Exodus, the latest installment in the Metro series. Metro Exodus is a first-person shooter with horror survival elements, based in the post-apocalyptic wasteland of the former Russian Federation. The world was changed by nuclear war 23 years ago, and now the land is covered with dangerous raiders and mutated creatures. The game is set over the course of one in-game year, and as the storyline progresses, the seasons will change around you. It's an interesting blend of linear and sandbox environments in a setup that sounds kind of like Uncharted or The Last of Us, but on a much bigger scale. The Metro series has a huge cult following, and I seriously can't wait to try this game. I'm a huge fan of post-apocalyptic games, and this one does come really highly recommended. It's also apparently a great jump in for players who are new to this series, so although it follows on from the storyline of previous games, shouldn't be too hard to pick up the narrative. Now, from one post-apocalyptic gunfest to another, next up we've got FarCry New Dawn. This game's cheaper than one of the mainstream Far Cry titles because, like Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon and Far Cry Primal before it, it's a smaller production that uses a reskinned version of the map from one of the mainstream installments. And in this case, it's a reimagined version of the map from Far Cry 5. I've got to say, this game looks absolutely stunning. Rather than the kind of bleak and dreary and grey experience you might get from other post-apocalyptic games, in Far Cry New Dawn, nature has reclaimed the world in a way that fills it with colour. The world is also covered in bright art and graffiti. It's fun, it's vibrant, and it definitely stands it apart from other post-apocalyptic games. New features like level systems on enemies and the ability to replay outposts at a higher level also don't feel like fantastically new features. They sort of feel a bit more like padding made to give the game more replay value. Now, I've got to say, ever since this game was announced, I've been going absolutely crazy about it. Next up is Jump Force. This game is definitely the most fan-indulgent release this month. It's so over the top that it's laughable, and that's one of the best things about it. The game is a 3v3 tag team fighting game, featuring characters from loads of different Shonen Jump anime, from long-term classics like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, to some modern gems like Hunter x Hunter and My Hero Academia. They're really onto a winner here, and I can't wait to see how many more characters they add via DLC in the future, especially as some of the anime featured has only 1 or 2 characters included in the game. If you ever played the Dragon Ball Z Budokai series of games, then you'll know the kind of format they're going for. The special attacks are huge, the combos are massive and really satisfying to pull off, and there's nothing quite like smashing your opponent and sending them flying for miles. It's brilliant. Next up, we've got the one that everyone's been talking about, Anthem. In case you're one of the people out there who hasn't heard much about Anthem, it's a collaborative multiplayer action RPG, and if that doesn't mean much to you, it's about exploring an open world with a handful of mates in a fully customised battle mech suit, and it looks awesome. These exosuits are called javelins, and in Anthem, they will dictate your class and your role in your team. Some are all-rounders, some are big bulky suits designed for more of a tanking role. It's a pretty excellent way of customising your experience and making sure that your team covers all the bases. One of the developers in this game is BioWare, and I have a special place in my heart for their world building. Games like Dragon Age and Mass Effect rank among some of my favourite games of all time, so I'm pretty confident that I'm going to love this one too. So that's February. What was your favourite release this month? Let us know in the comments below. And for all the latest games, visit us in-store or at webuy.com. See you next time.